Hello everyone, my name is HappyAz and welcome back to Forgotten Not Lost. Last time we left off, our wife was found dead and it broke my heart. Um, oh god, and he's suffering from memory loss and there's all this shit going on, and it seems like this is not actually like a game. It's a kinetic novel, like it says in the title. You play it through and you read the story. There's nothing really that you need to do yourself or anything that you can really control. You just watch it happen, and you wish you could reach it to make it all stop, but it's not going to. So I don't know if it'd be quite interesting, but I thought, let's just try it. Let's just get through it and see how it turns out. So I'm still really sad, but let's go. I still can't quite believe it. For a brief moment, when I woke up this morning, I thought it was all a dream, and I would wake up to Madeline's sweet voice once more. Hey, can I just mention that our wife was gone for a whole day. She went away in the morning. It went nighttime. She should have been back by then, and and it was morning, and then it was um. I know a full day doesn't sound long, but if your wife is the only one taking care of you, and she's usually back, if she's usually there and then back really quickly, then you should have gone looking for her that night. So it's really your fault that your wife's dead, dude. Okay, it's not, but okay. The harsh reality hits me when some villagers knock on my door, giving me their condolences. It looks like my guest, Madeline, had gotten some able-bodied villagers to help me bury her. And as a result, the news had gotten around town quickly. Who has dropped by so far? I think my good friend Yigmund from the tavern did earlier. What a name, Yigmund. His usually cheerful face grew with sorrow. Morrison from the Crafters Guild had come in briefly as well, clapping me on the shoulder in a wordless gesture of comfort. Although none of these really took away the ache of my loss, it helped slightly, knowing that I'm not entirely alone in my mourning. Somehow the villagers even managed to find a good coffin on such short notice. Madeline always insisted that she wanted to be buried simply. However, I think she had always known that I would have insisted that she be buried in a manner that is at least what I consider proper. Thank you, Madeline. You are a guest at my house right now. You're doing all this work. Okay. So Madeline is our wife. Madeline is our guest. That is fine, sir. Do not worry. Aww, she's so pretty. She looks a lot like our wife. Purple eyes, blonde freaking hair. I was so convinced that that was actually our wife when she first showed up. A drop of water falls on my head, quickly followed by many more. I peered up at the cloudy sky. It seems as though even the heavens above agree with my sorrow. A sudden wave of anger towards the heavens for taking my wife away from me rushes through me, but I push that aside for the time being. I promised the young girl yesterday. I need to talk to Madeline one last time. As I lower the coffin into the ground, I avert my eyes from the unbearable sight, preferring to look around at the people who are all standing around me with solemn faces. I don't know why, but this scene right here, it's reminding me a lot of Full Metal Alchemist, spoilers, where Maze Hughes dies and he's at his funeral, and the little kid's like, Mommy, why are they putting dirt on Daddy? And it's so hard to stop burying Daddy, he has work he needs to do. It's it's so sad. I see Yigmund and his wife. I'm never gonna get over that name. Yigmund and his wife standing side by side, tears glinting in their eyes. I turn away in bitterness when I see him take her hand in his to console her. Oh, he's feeling really bitter. He was such a cheerful guy before. I catch sight of a few other familiar faces, and I make a mental note to thank them later on for all their support. Do you want to say a few things to your wife before we let her return to the earth to rest? The young girl, Maribel. Yes, okay. I think... Okay. Madeline is our wife. Maybelle was our daughter. Is our daughter. Both dead. And Madeline and Maribel are, I guess, they have very similar names. What's going on? Madeline follows my lead and reaches for my other hand. Comforted by their gestures, I find my voice and speak loudly. These guests are really nice. Madeline, thank you, thank you. I try my best to smile, but more tears just keep flowing down my face. I'm sorry you had to take care of this old useless man for so long. Suddenly, memories of her feeding me that morning hit me with the force of a ton of bricks, and I started wailing. Why? Why did I spend all that time toying with those trinkets? The simple baubles that somehow makes perfect sense to me now. Instead of talking to her, why did I not kiss her before she left? I'm sorry, I just want to see you again. I cough, choking on my tears. Young man walks over to me and hands me a spade. Ah, what does he have to do it? One hand on my shoulder in a gesture of silent comfort. I nodded in acknowledgement, and he wordlessly stepped aside. There was so much that I still want to say. All the years that we had been married, all those moments we spent together. I have decades worth of unsaid things that I want to tell you. How could you leave me behind like this? Would you be there to greet me when time is up? Can you even hear what I am saying at all? Madeline encourages me to go forward. I think it is time. Your wife is waiting. She always is. How do you know? How do you know she's waiting for us? I slowly dig the spade in the mud and toss the last bit of dirt to cover our coffin. When I'm done, I take a deep breath and stare at the freshly dug area where the coffin lies underneath. Thank you all for help. I turn around saying gruffly, but to my surprise, the only people around me are Madeline and Maribel. They said they had other things to do. They will meet you later. There's a lot of misspelling with the names here. Am I the only one noticing this? It's really fucking annoying me. But how could they just leave like that? It's like, we have other things to do. See ya. I see. And there's one dog they couldn't have left that quickly. I cough again, clearing my throat. My head is much clearer now. I can think of recent events more clearly now, even though some bits still stay murky to me. This reminds me of my father, who had an unexceptionally clear head on the last few days of his life, and had settled his affairs nicely and quickly. The entire time, he also kept looking at the door of our house, as though he was waiting for someone. Let us go back now. Thank you, Maribel, Madeline. With that, unthinkingly and freeze. Apologize for the slip tongue, but let's go back. Okay. Oh, that's what I'm doing. Dang it. So, did he just... Okay, I'm confused what our daughter's name is. Okay, the two of them at least mom response to take. So, Madeline and Maribel. Maribel's her daughter and Maribel is ours? Maribel. It's just two letters switched around. I thought it was... Oh my god, my fucking brain! I thought it was Maybell or something. Or is Maybell a cow? There's on each side as we begin the walk back home. How much longer are the two staying? I asked them as I set down 2 cups of tea and small plates of buttered sugar bread in front of them. We will leave soon. I'm sorry, is our presence bothering you? I shake my head and smile. There is no way that an old man like me, who has no company left, will ever dislike having guests. Now that Madeline is gone, the house that was already lonely without Maribel. Yeah, Maribel's our daughter. Maribel. Maribel's hers. Oh god, it's so damn confusing. The names are so damn similar. Without Maribel feels even more silent. I was just thinking about that. Maybe, just maybe, I do not have enough time left to keep being a good host to you. Want to hear a story? I never even told Madeline this. Madeline. Maribel nods, her eyes burning with curiosity. Madeline tries but fails to hide her expression of shock as she also nods. My father was, well, the tea plantation here is ours. He was a good man. He didn't let money go to his head and helped everyone he could. He fell ill one day, and the physician came. Was he terminally ill? How did she know that? Okay, I just realized again. She's in a freaking tomato costume. What's up with that? I nodded. They say it was something that could not be stopped and that he was going to waste away and die, quite painfully at that. Adeline sighs, placing her head on mine as comfort. I smiled at her, silently thanking her for her kindness and respect. However, my father was quite the eccentric man. When the doctors gave the diagnosis, while my mother and I were shocked and subdued by grief, he merely asked how much time he had left, and then he went about his daily business like it was nothing. Madeline sighed and muttered something under her breath. Yeah, sounds like it. What? Yeah, sounds like him. Yes? Oh, nothing. Please continue. But what did she mean by that? What did she mean? Don't give me that smiley face. I can see your lies. I'm back on the track of her being our wife. This is like daydream mode or some shit. He even insisted that we go about our daily business, even as his health and mental condition got worse towards the end. However, in the last few days of his life, he was exceptionally clear in the head. You would never have believed he was a man on his last leg of life, especially in his earlier condition. It was a miracle that he was able to sort out all the complicated procedures to divide an entire estate from my wife and I, while donating the rest of his assets to charity. He even specifically lectured me to take care of my wife. Aww. I smiled in nostalgia, sniffing a little as my nose turned sour. All these old memories are great and beautiful. Sorry. Even though at the time they felt devastating and painful, to the point where I did not ever want to relive those moments. He sounds like an amazing person. Oh, he is. You mean was? I reached out to take a slice of buttered sugar bread as well, eating it slowly as I sip my tea. Feels good to be able to tell a story to someone who will listen, even if it is just two strangers that I know close to nothing about, but they seem to know a lot about you! I don't know how to explain this, but my mind has been getting worse lately, but right now I can talk to the both of you without any problems. I can recall things that happened yesterday, even though I haven't been able to do so for a long time now. Maybe thinking too much, but I think this old man has about lived out his life. Madeline shakes her head, a strange expression on her face. Then, are you scared of meeting your wife and daughter in heaven? Never, in fact. If anything, I would welcome meeting them. But what if you still have a few years left to live? Then live fully I shall. However, I know myself best. I smile and continue drinking my tea. It's sad that he's sure it's coming, but he's prepared for it. He really wants to go, actually, because his wife and daughter are there. I have so much to tell them, especially Mirabelle. I think she would be married by now if she were still alive. Maribel sits in her seat. How do you think she would have looked like? Well, that is a tough question. Maybe she would have taken after her mother. Madeline was very ladylike when she was a teenager, but became more tomboyish after. Probably because she helped with farm work after dating me. Or maybe that's just what I thought sometimes, because she's always more of a man than I am. I don't think I'd mind whatever she would have grown up to be like. She wanted to be a princess. Maybe she would have been one if she were still alive. I tried to picture Mirabelle in a princess's gown and shake my head in response to my own question. The image doesn't quite fit. I think she might have been too tomboyish already. You've never been... I'm so confused right now! You've never met him! How can you... You think so? Okay. What if that is our daughter? What if Madeline is our daughter? Her name changed and she named her daughter after... I don't know! Oh my god, this is so confusing! They're like talking like they know! Like she knows! I suddenly feel as if a dark, murky cloud is trying to enter my mind again. I bite on my lip, closing my eyes and exhaling deeply. I need some answers! Okay, hoping that this simple action will drive that cloud away. However, it seems like my willpower at this age doesn't do much anymore. I'm suddenly very tired. I'm sorry. Old fool, go rest. Ah! Oh, fool! The opening was wake up, old fool! Who said that? Who said that? Our wife. Our wife. I see your tricks, you old... I see it! I'm now slowly clambering onto my feet, unsteadily, and heading to my room. Madeline walks beside me until I reach my bed, holding my arm to support me. As I slowly get into bed, I sigh, looking up at the ceiling. There are days when walking seems harder and more tiring for me. This seems to be one of those days. I wonder if I will remember her. Who? My wife. I think you won't have an issue with that. I can feel my mind going these days. I hear footsteps entering the room. I also wonder. Madeline sits at the edge of my bed and smiles at me softly. What are you thinking about now? Yes, share it with us. The young girl, still in her odd costume, climbs into my bed. I can't help but smile and pat her head. Said that I had a daughter, right? I can't think well again. Please, at least let me say everything that I want to say before I forget it all. Madeline squeezes my hand encouragingly, encouraging me to continue. I wonder if my daughter will be happy to see me. It's a little hard trying to get a grip on myself. Seems that I'm getting more and more emotional these days. I'm sorry that I did not have a chance to do all of the things that I promised her. Maribel looks at me cheerfully and beams. I am sure she'll be happy to see you. Small, patting her head. I don't know about that, but thank you. I turn to my other guest, Madeline, and give her a grateful smile. Thank you. Close my eyes, sighing happily. I have gotten what I want to say off my chest. It is okay, darkness of my mind. You can come take me now. Ah! The strange feeling of something moist on my bed wakes me. My half asleep state. I don't understand what is happening until I'm hit by the repugnant. Oh, okay. Sense emanating from the mattress. I sit up. I have sold myself again. We wear our pants. we we wet the bed. This is embarrassing. Oh shit. Okay, well, oh, that's how you do it. This is embarrassing. This will be especially embarrassing if my guests find out. I have to clean myself up before they wake up. Um, I shake away the pang of misery. I need to focus. The guests will be getting up any time soon now. Quickly getting out of bed, I head to the wardrobe and retrieve a fresh pair of pants and some towels. Firstly, I need to wash myself up. I nudge the door open lightly, praying that it doesn't creak, pausing in from the door to make sure the coast is clear. I carefully make my way out of my room. Sorry, did I wake you? Oh no. I stopped in my tracks, almost jumping out my skin when I suddenly hear my shriveled voice behind me. I slowly turn around to give her what I hope is a normal smile. Don't worry, I woke myself up. Couldn't sleep? Do you want me to make some tea for you? Maybe that will help you go back to sleep. Is everything okay, Madeline? Or should I say, Madeline? I'm onto your game, woman. I shake my head frantically, for once turning down tea in hopes of ending this conversation as soon as possible before she notices my situation. She gives me a strange look, probably because of the urgent expression of my face, and her eyes land on the towel in my hand. You're going to take a bath. It's rather late in the night for that. The young man smiles innocently. You're busted! I fumble in my head for a plausible excuse, but come up with nothing. Bowing my head in shame, I barely manage to whisper, I soiled myself. Keep my eyes on the gun, too ashamed to look at her reaction. Oh, I see. Well, don't worry, that is okay. Do you need help cleaning up? I know someone who kept doing that too, so I know what to do. She must be saying that out of her kindness, bless her heart. It is most embarrassing being a man of my age. No, I would say that is exactly because you are a man of great age that you should not be embarrassed about this. I thank her kind attempt at making me feel better with a smile before motioning at the bathroom. I'm sorry for the stench. I will go and wash my clothes after taking a bath. Madeline laughs. Her clear, beautiful laughter is something seeming oddly familiar. I'm calling it! I'm calling it! It is! I was right! I'm right! Don't fret about this. If you want, I can wash your clothes for you. Just change out of them and give them to me. I frowned. It is in a literal manner of speaking. It is a messy affair. It seems inappropriate to ask my guests to handle this for me. No, it's okay. I can take care of this myself. Madeline urges me with a gentle smile. Let me help. I've had a lot of practice. It's also the least I can do to repay you for letting us stay for this long. I hesitate, but eventually relent. Madeline reminds me to go take a bath and call for her when I'm done. I hurry to the bath to clean myself up and switch to fresh, clean clothes. When I shout to let her know that she can come back, Madeline immediately returns and holds out her hands for my dirty clothes. Here you go, thank you. I still feel terrible about asking you for help. Madeline shakes her head kindly. Like I said, I'm happy to help. I'll also take care of your mattress for you if you like. I can't possibly ask you to go to this trouble. Let me, and while you wait for a new mattress, so you can go back to sleep, can you please make sure that my daughter is still fast asleep? Of course, I'm sorry again. Madeline. We forgot and she knew to remind us. Of course, I will remember it. Yes, you will. She winks before leaving. I make my way over to the child's room, where Maribel is lying on the bed, snoring gently in her sleep. The toy she always held has rolled out of her hand, and I pick it up from the ground, staring at it and turning it over in my hand. What kind of person would make a plush toy for his daughter anyway? Why was it not a doll? And what is with the tomato costume? What's wrong with the cow plushie? But the tomato costume is weird. Is she wearing the tomato costume as she sleeps? I sit down at the edge of the bed and smile at Maribel fondly. She looks even more innocent and sweet when she's asleep. When my daughter is still around, she would have great fun with you. Girl is smiling in a silly manner, an expression of pure bliss on her face as she dreams. I stroke her hair gently. I've already hung it out to dry. Madeline's soft voice makes me turn around. That was fast, thank you. My pleasure to help. She notices my hand on her daughter's head and gives me a gentle smile. She is rather adorable, isn't she? Yes, she is. My daughter was still alive. I sigh, unable to finish the sentence. I try to get to my feet, stumbling unsteadily. Madeline rushes forward to support me, but I wave her off. I can still walk, my dear. I was just trying to help, just in case, sir. Sir? The sarcastic... I was just trying to help. Sir, for that word is so familiar, but I can't put my finger on it. I know it all too well. Woman, don't play your games. I am on to your schemes. Go and get some rest, sir. Right, it's still the middle of the night. I should head back to bed and get more rest. Thank you again for all your help. I can take care of it from now on. I will bring the clothing and mattress in tomorrow morning after I feed Maybelle and after Madeline's breakfast. Father should be returning from his trips. Ah! Maybelle did Madeline's. Father should be returning from his trip soon. Madeline's eyes inexplicably. Right. Good night. He forgot! After Madeline's breakfast. Oh, he forgot. Before I leave, I bend down a little and place the toy in Maribel's hand. Her grip immediately tightens around the toy, like she's rather attached to her cow companion. Smile, the girl is adorable. Oh well, back to bed then. Oh, fool, wake up! Okay! It says Madeline. It says Madeline. I know I've been complaining about the wrong spelling, but it says Madeline. I wake up with a sigh, bolting upright and look around. It's the farmhouse. I must have fallen asleep. What time is it? I need to go feed Mabel. Madeline will scold me if I fail again, and she has to do it instead. I quickly climb out of my bed and rush to my room. Maribel is sitting at the table. Okay. I know I've been complaining about misspelling, but this is not misspelling right here. Maribel is her kid, but Mirabelle is ours. Sitting at the table and looks up with a warm smile when I enter. Madeline, our wife, standing at the sink with her back to me, staring out at the sound of my footsteps. Good morning, both of you. Good morning, Father! There it is! There it is! Right there! Right there! Right there! Good morning, Father. In one hand, she clutches her favorite plush toy, a cow. Madeline, on the other hand, is cooking. Good morning, fool. Like, yo, fool! As charming as always, I see. I sigh and already have one hand on the doorknob when I remember with a jolt. Right, Mabel has passed on. What a shame. The milk she gave us was great. Yes, a shame. Come in, sit down, and have breakfast. But she died after Mirabelle! Bacon and sausages. Perfect. How was school, Mirabelle? Mirabelle coughs a little, looking at Madeline, who is too busy making tea to notice. I pat her head gently in concern. It is good. We learned lots recently. That is good. Study hard. Don't be like your mother, who can barely get past school without me. Madeline shoots me a look with a smile that says something along the lines of, "You will pay for that remark later." I gulp, averting my eyes and opting to focus on cutting up my bacon instead. I'm confused beyond belief right now. I am just... my eyesight must be worsening. It seems as if the sausages keep rolling away from me, even though I am sure that I have been aiming right. However, the sound of knife and fork against the plate make it evident that I have failed. Let me help, Father. Okay. We're still acting old. And yet... Oh God, I'm so confused. Okay, that's God. That has to be our wife and daughter. So, what's up with us, though? She moves beside me and holds my hand, guiding them to the food. Thank you, Maribel, though I'm not so old yet as to need you to do that. Yeah, now he thinks he's young, which smells awkwardly, and Madeline sighs, loudly drawing my attention. Old fool, drink your tea before it gets cold. I wonder if I truly am an old fool. Am I missing something, or else why do you keep calling me that? Madeline smokes a fool, looking at me and smiling. Nope, nothing at all. Shrugging, I chew slowly on my bacon. Well, it tastes a little bit too salty today, but that suits me just fine. I'm already halfway through my bacon when I notice that Maribel and Madeline are sitting there drinking tea. Aren't you two going to eat? They shake their heads. You woke up late. We've already eaten. I nod slowly, accepting their explanation. I must have slept in. Must be a weekend today if Maribel is not at school, so I suppose a little more sleep than usual is justified. It's a weekend. Does this mean we should head out as a family later? Should we go to the wishing well later? Father, I don't think I want to go so far. Come on, it will be fun. Nope, not happening. Nope, not happening. Madeline refills my cup of tea as she speaks. Why not? I'm saddened by her refusal, and I try to plead at her with my eyes. You're not at that age anymore where you can just climb up hills whenever you want to. With full silence. Well, maybe you're right. However, we are the same age. I point at Madeline and try besting her in an argument, but something strikes me as odd. My mouth to try and point it out, but I can't quite verbalize my feelings. Something just feels wrong. What is it? Is her hair different today? What is wrong? Yes, we are still old. Oh, Father, are you ignoring me? I turned to Maribel, trying to focus on her instead. Of course not, Maribel. What is it? Can you tell me more stories like you did yesterday? Oh, of course. What did you want to hear? What did I even tell her yesterday? Tell me more stories about when you were young. When I was young, huh? I paused for a while, trying to think of something. Thankfully, the memories from back when I was a child are quite clear in my head. You know, my father has a knack of picking out excellent tea leaves. Next to me, Madeline is adding another cube of sugar to her new cup of tea. Over my mouth to warn her that she's already added too much, but then decide against it. She always liked sweet things this way. That's when your mother and I were young. She always came over to play, and we had this small shed where we roasted the tea leaves. Maribel nods, listening to me intently. Well, Madeline's eyes narrow, as though she's also trying to recall what I'm about to say. I look down at my teacup. There is a solitary tea leaf swirling on the surface, and I study it for a moment in fascination. One time we were playing hide and seek, and she decided to hide in the roasting hut. Madeline finally nodded slowly, a look of enlightenment on her face, and a long sigh escaped her lips. For me to remember, but not you. That is some exceptional talent. I was not allowed to enter that place, so I never thought to look for her there. And then when it took too long to find her, I had to go find her parents too, admitting that I'd lost her. Everyone was scared, thinking Madeline got kidnapped or got into an accident. But guess where she was, sleeping in the huge pile of tea leaves like a baby. You know, the tea leaves are fragrant, and when you're young, you tend to sleep a lot. She's like, I don't. You don't? I have to think for a moment before answering something as simple as this. We must be getting old. Look at Madeline. Something seems off about the world, and about her in particular. But still not quite. You're old, she's young! As I struggle to make sense of it, Madeline raises the teapot, silently asking me if I want to top off my tea. I nod in gratitude, lowering my teacup so she can pour more tea for me. Maribel, on the other hand, is eating a slice of sugar bread and of buttered bread happily. She must have gotten it from the pantry without me noticing. She's nibbling on it like a rabbit, slowly enjoying its carrot, a smile in amusement. Oh, you know, sugar used to be pretty expensive around here, so whenever we made these bread buns for you, they were a very special treat. Of course, things are different now that the Emperor Horse Memory is in charge. The comes from Tower Mori, and thus devoted a lot of efforts to revitalizing the sleepy town. Then shakes her head. It is now Emperor Julius Memoria. Horse passed away 6 years ago. Oh, I seem to be bringing up old things a lot then. Frowned and put the side of my head a little as a wordless explanation. Madeline smiled understandingly. Why don't you tell me about the day of our wedding? I scratched my head for a moment, trying to sort through the murky memories in my head when a light bulb lights up above my head. Ding ding! A dim light bulb, but a light bulb nonetheless. Are you referring to the time when you panicked about the wedding? Mirabelle shoots Madeline a curious look. The woman clearly says, why haven't you told me about this before? Why am I only hearing about this now? There was a tradition, you see, in our town. On the wedding day, the bride will be hidden away from her family. The groom has to find the bride and bring her to the altar to complete the ceremony. I smiled, scratching my head again at the sudden bleakness in my mind. What happened next? Oh right, the memory comes back to me easily. So Madeline's family hid her in a really simple place, just behind the house actually. Madeline shakes her head, already embarrassed what was to come. Your mother was so worried that I confronted her, even though her parents had reassured her so many times. I actually went out to look for them, and we ended up going around in a circle for hours just noticing each other. So she thought I would be at the, I can't remember, the town's tavern. I thought he thought I would hide there first instead of going for the most obvious location. I did? Looks at me and sighs a little before nodding. Yes, you did. I guess I did. I reply uncertainly, feeling suddenly uncomfortable. Why can't I remember anything? I bite my lips. My mind has suddenly gone blank. Father, are you alright? I'll blink a few times, trying to clear the haze from my mind. I smile at Maribel reassuringly. I give her a gentle pat on the head. I am okay. Aren't you hot in this costume, though? Maribel smiles and squeezes my hand, shaking her head. You made this for me, remember? This is such a genuine, happy smile on Maribel's face that my heart clenches for a second, once spreading across my chest. However, I once again struggle to recall this. Madeline, I'm sorry, but can you finish my story? I can't seem to. In annoyance, I smack my head against my head. Madeline reaches out to hold my hand, stopping me. Hey! Madeline shifts her chair close beside mine. I think it's okay. I hesitate, smiling a little at her reassurance. So should I continue the story for you? Please do, Madeline. About a story about the two of us giving me this costume later. I turned to Mirabel, pulling her into a hug. Of course, there isn't anything planned today. We can all tell the stories we want for today. How about you finish this story first, Madeline? Curved upwards. Of course I can, old fool. Being the fool you are, I wondered about the places I would obviously not be at. I mean, why would you go to the fishery to find a bride? I suppose I am rather silly then. Our laughters echo in the room. Moments later, it is for moments like these that I have lived and worked hard for my family my entire life. I may one day forget everything, but I know in my heart that I will never lose the feelings I have for them. Then we finally ran into one another, sweating and panting from all the trips around the village we made. Everyone was laughing at us. It sounds like great fun, if only I can remember it. Madeline must be right. Have been a silly oaf back then. I sincerely thought that I would have done something smart and whatnot. I bet my father said something cheeky. Indeed he did. He said that we probably would not be getting child that day, seeing how tired we were. Your grandmother was positively furious at how silly your father was. She was always the stricter one. In fact, in a manner of speaking, you do resemble my mother. But father was always stricter to Mirabelle. Yes, grandfather was always strict. Grandmother always pampered me. And you know, it was actually grandmother who told you to make me this costume. Do you remember that, father? Scratched my chin, a faint memory fluttering at the back of my mind. Wait, I think I remember. Was it for the costume festival? Yes, you remember! It was really just a good guess, but she seems so happy that I can remember that I don't have the heart to tell her so. Madeline stands up and walks over to the pot to refill it before coming back to sit beside me. An earnest audience. Well, in our family, as long as there is someone listening, the story will always be told. Everyone had a costume, and I didn't. Grandmother then told you to make me one, but you didn't know what to make. Then how did I? I came in eating a tomato. Did he seriously make a costume based on what you were eating? He told me that he made it because he felt that it was unique and that no one else would make something like that. Well, mother, I think he was right in saying that, but I'm sure he made it after he saw me eating it. It was the best expression. Where'd you come up with the idea for that? I came in eating a tomato. There's this expression on his face. So when did Mirabelle start to speak in such a mature manner? I suppose it is good that she has matured. Still, part of me would like her to stay an innocent little girl who thinks that being part of the ruling imperial family is possible. Do you remember how it was when he realized that you had made him a woolen sweater for winter? It was the same expression. Must be my "this is it, I got this" expression. I smiled sheepishly, even though I still can't remember what Mirabelle is describing. This foolish man. Then because I needed a prop, you made this cow toy, modeled after Maybelle, too. She holds up the toy proudly, and I smiled. Why did you take it all up yet, then? However, as happy as these memories and thoughts make me, for some reason they tire me out as well. I'm already yawning, even though I have only been up at least 3 hours. I try to hold back my yawn to no avail. You should go and rest, love. I try to protest, but she makes me with a stern look. Caving immediately, I nod in agreement. She helps me up, and Mirabelle rushes over to grab my hand to support me. As we begin to make our way to the room, there's a loud knock at the door. Mirabelle looks at Madeline in silence. The two look at the door for a long moment. Then Madeline's head rolls towards the door. I should get that. I think it was just a traveling peddler, dear. Go and rest. I will handle it. That is fine, Mirabelle. I can handle something like this. I walk over to the door and open it. Outside the house stands an old man. He looks familiar. Extremely familiar. Uh-oh. Who's this guy? Oh, hey, Reynard. Oh, yeah, that's our name. It's been a while since I saw you last. We were getting worried, so I came to check up on you. You should at least come to Anne's new restaurant. All of us have been waiting, for some time to sit down and have a good meal with you again. What happened to Parfait Fridays? Parfait Fridays. Wait. I know what this man just said should mean something to me. My brow pulls together as I concentrate. It takes my brain to process it, but it finally comes to me. Oh, I know what this man blah blah blah. It finally comes to me. You are Deputy Mayor Henderson. The man in front of me is second in command and a warrior and a good friend as well. Where's Madeline? I'm no longer the farmer I used to be. Just walking here makes my back ache. He enters the house and I turn around and see Madeline and Mirabelle holding another, looking visibly nervous. I shake my head in confusion. Why is he asking where Madeline is? She's right there. You don't see Madeline? My, my old friend gives me a strange look, as though I have gone senile. My mind, she doesn't seem to be here either. Where did she go, Reynard? I go up and turn to stare at Madeline and Mirabelle, who are hanging their heads in shame. They were faking it! Somehow everything seems bright and clear to me. It is as it's speeding through my mind, and for a brief moment countless number of emotions swell up within me. Happiness at the obvious thing that is happening. How can I be so foolish and not even notice this? Sadness at my wife's passing. However, throw my head back and give a joyous laugh, smiling and nodding at Madeline and Mirabelle before turning back to Henderson. It's nothing. Let me make you some tea. For coming all the way here. Madeline said she had a trip to make, but she will be back soon. Thank you. That will be most appreciated. But you just said a wife passing. You know she's dead. And it doesn't take long to convince him that Madeline is currently on a long trip to the neighboring town. He sat in the chair where Madeline was sitting just a few moments ago. Okay, but he's still calling them by the wrong names, finishing the tea and eating the sugar bread that Mirabelle was eating earlier. The chair has indeed moved. I was not insane. They are nearly here with me. Henson tells me about how he has sold part of his land to a couple from the city, a retired healer and a merchant, but I'm barely listening. He also told me about how adorable they are, and how they remind him of Madeline and I. He eventually gets up to leave after the second cup of tea, perhaps sensing that I am not in the mood for endless chatting. Before he leaves, I bow my head in farewell, causing him to look at me in surprise, with a formal gesture before returning it. When I return after closing the door, I see Madeline and Mirabelle standing in front of me. Sorry, Father, we didn't mean to. It was my brilliant idea, please. I raise my hand to stop them from speaking any further. I want to cry, but I cannot find the energy for it. For once in a long time, my mind is clear, as though a ray of light is passing through the clouds, gathering in my head and dispersing them for the time being. The sweet Madeline in a tight hug. Can you two have walked through the gates of heaven tell me something then? What is it? Oh, they're crying. They have walked through the gates of heaven. What is it? There are teeth in Madeline hides and Mirabelle clings to my clothes, sniffing. Are these actually them? I'm confused now. From what I have observed and learned from my parents' final day, I assume that my time to take the final step through the heavenly gates is just around the corner. Oh, I think I'm getting it now. Our wife died. These guests came along. We hadn't found our wife's body, but our wife was already dead. And so they came down to visit us, okay? So the heavenly gates is just around the corner. So can you tell me? Mirabelle will tell you anything she can, Father. I get down one knee, embracing her before releasing and looking her into her eyes. Tell me, will I find the two of you beyond that gate in heaven? Mirabelle's face finally crumbles. She starts sniffling before breaking into tears and sobbing, nodding wildly. Yes, we will be there. Evelyn kneels down beside us and wraps her arms around the both of us. I soak in our warmth, treasuring the feeling of her embrace I once thought I'd never feel again. So yes, these are definitely our wife and daughter. Definitely. And it's not just us waiting for you. You know, mother, father, and your parents are there too. I see. Instead of feeling sad at the impending end, I break into a smile. It is the widest smile I have given in a long time. I see. It looks like this old man has nothing to worry about at all. Now do you think I can go and rest? Madeline tugs Mirabelle away from me gently, and I let go reluctantly. There is a moment of silence as we look at one another. I take the opportunity to drink in their faces, trying to take in every detail and commit them to memory. Mirabelle gives me a soft smile, one that is clearly wise beyond her years. And I choke back a sob and the thought of having to let my daughter go once again, as to just barely being reunited with her. So these are like their ghosts. I comfort myself with the fact that I will see them again soon. I will be with them, with my family once more. We'll be There's a grateful glow of white around them, waiting for you. Oh! Oh! Oh, God! A blinding light emanates from them, and I have to squeeze my eyes shut, turning away. When I look back at the spot, I was right, okay, I was right. That was her wife. God damn it. And no longer there. Thankfully, they did not take my clear mind as long as I remember precisely what I was planning to do. I was going to take a nap. I'm that is cozy by the fire that Madeline had lit earlier, leaning against the cushions and sighing contentment. The crackling of the fireplace is also that there is left in my ears. Soon, even that sound fades. Darkness and silence surround me, but I feel no fear. Only a mild sense of anticipation and a rush of relief. I peer into darkness, waiting. Eventually, my eyes can make out a figure in the distance. No, two figures. They're beckoning to me, and I break into a sprint, more agile and energetic than I have been in years. Oh! So sad! Why do you do this to me? Guys, I need a moment. Okay. You're no longer old, but you're still a fool. Burn! You got burned by your own wife, dude! Oh my gosh, this is insane. Oh god. Wait for me, I chase after them laughing. For a long time, all three of us laugh. Ah! No! That's it? That's the end? Is that really the end? That's the end. Okay. Wow. Okay, so the guess I was right was our wife and daughter, but it was like their ghosts. Wow. That's a lot to take in. Like, damn. That's a wonderful story. I didn't get to do anything. That was a wonderful story. So that was amazing. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. God damn. Okay, well, this was great. This was fantastic. Beautiful story, beautiful music. Everything just comes full circle, and you don't know whether to feel sad or happy for the guy. He died, but now he's with his family. He's been wanting to be with them for so long. Oh, my heart! Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. This has been beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I've been HappyAz, and thank you. See you later, my bros.